Hey y'all, instead of griddling this time, figured I'd go through some of the accessories that I have. First is my handy griddling apron. It's nice tough. It looks like brand new still almost. I like it. Can't remember. Here we go. VISM. Good stuff. It's got hooks and pockets, and it's handy. We also have our handy griddling mug. No, this is my water, as far as you know. Anyway, first, hey, you didn't write the script, I did. Oh, hold on. She's very insistent. If you're married, you understand. I didn't just say that. Okay, the caddy. I bought this caddy, the local Ace Hardware, I believe, and it holds your bottles and spices, and it's handy. It's got the paper towel holder, but with we hardly ever have a moment without some kind of breeze, so I come out, even with the air blowing in the house, it does that. I've tried it backwards and forwards, and it's the same. I could put elastic around it or something, Velcro. But what's the point of having the holder if you've got to Velcro it and you have to take the Velcro off every time you need it? So in many places this would be great. I suppose I could flatten the tube so it doesn't roll. Good thinking. It's got hooks that slide out so you can hang multiple accessories and even your chomper thingies, and that's handy. Here, this is my everyday pack, stuff I use the most. So I've got vegetable oil, which I use to season, and for most of my cooking it's just fine. I have some ghee, and in a future episode we're gonna make some ghee, maybe even on the griddle, right, Baja? Gotta have your water, and I hated to shell out for the name brand, but so far these have been the best bottles. This was the cheap Next Grill, I believe that's Home Depot's brand. This was a cheap one I got somewhere, and it's holding up fine. Actually, I think this was a dollar store, maybe. This is my avocado oil, which I use for things that have a more delicate flavor, like fish or something like that. Got some liquid smoke, which I've only used twice, maybe. The sea salt, coarse sea salt, coarse ground pepper, and granulated California garlic. You want coarse salt at least. It gets down into the meats and tenderizes your meats, breaks down the muscle, and especially if you do it at least an hour, even better 2, 3, 5 hours ahead. 24 hours ahead, according to research, isn't as big of a deal, but the hour or two, yeah, as opposed to just sprinkling it on the griddle. So that's the, oh, and you gotta That's not a knife. This is a knife. I gotta have a knife. And that just happened to fit there handily. Okay. Next batch. This is still drying, so sorry. I washed it. I spent $1 on this at the dollar store, and I use it more than anything. It's a plate, it's a bowl. See, there go my napkins, and it's just a gentle breeze. Okay, we'll try. Cutting board, actually, cut into it too much, it'll start to rust because it is cheap. I chop stuff up in the kitchen and throw it in here to bring outside. Who knew this would be my go-to item, must-have. Taco holder. I've mentioned that a couple times recently as I've made tacos. I can set it right on the griddle and not worry about it burning to make my tacos. Plus the shell heats and the cheese will start to melt if you put the cheese in while your meat's cooking. Handier than I expected. This is my little spice tote, catch-all. Got my meat thermometer, which I use more than I expected, or less than about like I expected. It's not necessarily, but I definitely do not want to poison my lovely assistant with undercooked meat. And so when I do use it, it's irreplaceable. Just like Baja. Trash bags to throw all the paper towels in. You're going to go through a lot of paper towels, y'all. A lot. If you've been cooking, you know that already. So I haven't even used these yet. These silicone ones I got, I think, from Ross or Home Goods or something. And then the dollar store had these. And I know I have to coat them with oil if I'm going to use them, or butter or whatever. May fix breakfast or supper tonight, so we may get to use them. I got seasoned salt, which I rarely use because all my other spices do the job. Old Bay, if you got seafood, you gotta have Old Bay. Trader Joe's, everything but the elote seasoning. Trader Joe's chili and lime seasoning, which I've used a lot. Probably number one right behind the Trinity there. Well, no, I take that back. I have some salt. This is generic Mrs. Dash. Gotta have some kind of blend of Mrs. Dash type stuff. Paprika, and I've got some smoked paprika somewhere. And towels for when the paper towel's just not going to do it, or the wind's blowing it all over the yard again. Use it to sop up the sweat. Wipe my hands, blow my nose, blow your nose, anything, they're handy. So this is a handy little Rubbermaid roughneck container. And the big boy, I picked this one. No, Bob, you didn't pick this one, I did. So, this one fits on the shelf of my 28-inch griddle perfectly. I can leave it outside. Nothing can get into it. It's perfect. Doesn't hold as much as I'd like, but get back on there. Another towel. This is a Cuisinart scraper, the heavy duty Big Mama. I've used it once. It's not something you want to use every day because you don't want to scrape off your seasoning. But if it's really nasty or when you need heavy duty scraping, this ergonomic scraper is the stuff. So let's see what we've got hiding in the big boy. This is not an approved scraper. This is a Harbor Freight handled scraper, and so far I like it. It's really good. It's flexible. It's sharp enough to. I think one of my cats is wanting to come out and supervise. Yeah, sorry. Between dogs and cats and lions and tigers and bears, it's hard to get anything done. Anyway, great scraper. And these I got off of Amazon. The old-fashioned school lunch trays. I use them a lot. I would use them even more, except that dollar store pan is just so awesome. But when I'm not using that, I'm using these. Your party hat. You gotta have your party hat. I still want one of the ones about this size to cover half the griddle. Actually, this would cover most of the griddle. But one of the half griddle covers for bigger stuff. But for now, this is a Next Grill. Hungry for Different. I'm pretty sure it's Next Grill. Does a good job. It was a decent price. Actually, this might be the name brand. It's got the, oh, no, there it is, Next Grill. Use it a lot. Steaming vegetables, melting cheese. There's a lot of stuff I want to, it creates an oven effect, so if you don't have one, get you one. And this was, I have no idea what brand. I think it's just a generic spatula. It's solid. It's got a metal loop. It's got a bottle opener for when I want to get drunk with cooking. This is the Next Grill. Cheap handle. The only thing I do like about it is that it stands up on the griddle. The other one isn't bent properly or something. The balance is off. That's the only advantage the Next Grill one has, and it's cheaply made. Borrowed these from the barbecue set. Only time I use this really is steak. Enough said. Another thing I stole from the barbecue set. It's the cheapy, not cheapy, but just your plain old ordinary spatula with cutting edge blades. So I have an emergency spatula and emergency knives all in one. And gots to have a bacon press. This is a Next Grill. It does the job just fine. I keep I put a little bit of oil on it when I'm done using it, just a tiny bit. Don't want it to rust. And then keep it in the bag so it doesn't seep all over everything else. Pastry brush I borrowed from the old grill pack that I have yet to use, and I don't think I actually even used it on the grill. I don't know why I've got it. You never know. This is a Weber basket, which I use if you don't want something scorched. You can put it on here. It works great. You can also turn it upside down and use it to steam. I've done that, and it's actually pretty handy. Another dollar store item, which I don't use as much as the other pan, especially since I got the trays. But again, it's handy to have. It's an emergency backup pan for $1. Can't beat it for $1. My original next grill scraper. Hey, I'm talking. I'll let you know when it's your turn, okay? This is what I was using regular until I got the good handled scraper. That's not a knife. I used that already, didn't I? Can't have too many knives. Never know when zombies will attack. Is this one or two? It's a grill mat, which I haven't used yet, but at some point I probably will. And another Weber thingy. I think I've used it once for roast. No, I was going to, and I decided this worked better. So I cooked the roast on this, kept steam going. At some point I'll get hickory or cherry or something, wood chips, mesquite, to throw on the griddle underneath and cook something up, kind of smoke it. This is handy when you need it. You don't need it often. Most of you say, just use your smoker. You're just smoking with extra. Do you see a smoker in my pocket? A smoker does not fit in this box. Unlike some of y'all, I can't afford those big fancy outdoor kitchens yet. But once I get rich off this video, money will start rolling in, and then I'll have a big green egg and a pellet smoker and a hibachi and a charcoal grill and whatever else I can make up, because that's not going to happen. Would like to have an outdoor sink and canopy and marble and stone and all that, but then again, I don't want to lose this view and get too carried away, do I? So that's our accessories. I have a soft cover on the griddle, which I bought originally. It rains here a couple times a year, mostly in like January. But after the first rain, I discovered all the rain puddles in the middle, so you got to put like a jar or a board or something to make a little teepee effect on top of the griddle. Or you could spend $100 on a cover, or you could borrow a hunk of metal off your neighbor like I did. He still hasn't found out. And make your own lid. That's what I did. The only thing it cost me was a couple of hours of labor and some sore muscles, because I'm not used to labor. So the covers, the propane, I've got started with just Costco propane tank. Realized I was going to run out in the middle of cooking a meal, and went ahead and bought two. No, it wasn't Costco. It was a hardware store or wherever I bought it. The two from Costco have gauges built in. They're perfect. I've read some bad reports on the gauges that you add in line. I've read where they can be a pain in the butt, and I have enough pains in the butt as it is, mostly of my own making. Yeah, I tried one of the magnets on the tank, and I couldn't figure out what it was trying to tell me. Stick it on the side, and color is supposed to tell you how much is left, and it was like trying to read Lithuanian. I don't read Lithuanian. So the ones with the gauges are perfect. And yeah, that's my accessories, other than the fancy tripod I bought so you can watch me on the camera. And that's it. And the view, that's my favorite accessory. I almost, instead of using the name Griddle Porn, I almost used Griddle with a View, because this is awesome. Anyway, thanks for watching, and y'all have a great day.